Welcome to Milk Market Tidbit for the December class and component numbers that USDA released this afternoon. This is Dr. Lawrence Jones with Farm Institute, and I'm recording this on the 2nd of January, and these numbers came out just a day late due to the New Year holiday. All right, so if we remind ourselves that December was a 4-week month, and here are the 4 national dairy sales reports that came in. A couple things to note on this report. First off, the trade missed the estimate by almost 30 cents. Came in at 18.62 for Class 3, and it came in at 20.74 for Class 4. So there are numerous people that think the trade actually sets the prices. This is a clear example of where they were pretty far off. Now, one of the reasons that they missed it is whenever you have very low volume, everything is weighted by volume. So this last volume of blocks was only 8.6 million, when we expect blocks to be closer to 12. And I always like to look at these proposed federal milk marketing adjustments. Right now, the announced prices would have been almost 50 cents lower than what they are. So again, we're going to take a fairly hefty haircut, I'm afraid, when these new federal milk marketing regulations come in. Base 1 class price was known for a while. It was down to $21.43, down $1.10. That's come off of the high at $23.17 here just a couple months ago. Class 3's continued to slide off of its high of 23. It was 18.62, as I said a minute ago, and that was down $1.33. Now it looks like we are going to have a little bit of a bump in January for a little while, it looks like. And probably some of the big questions in Class 3 is when are the new cheese plants coming online and how much exports are we going to have? And I think those two are just playing havoc with the market at the moment. So if we look at this December contract, this is kind of what I call a bear market again, because if you had sold everything back here 6 months ago, you would have actually made about 77 cents. And this is a case again of I tell people that they ought to be selling into a rally, and I know there are some that just think I'm crazy at this, but if you sold everything up here at 22.50, that would have been just a significant improvement in prices. Again, this was the first time in a few months that we've actually had a negative 6-month carry. Part of what was going on with this contract, there was quite a bit of noise here before it went into glide path. And if you look at this emotion index, you can see that it popped up a little bit on this particular month. Fat prices fell 15 cents. They're now down at the low for the year at $2.91 off of that high at 361. This does look like it's going to be coming up just a little bit. One of the major issues with butterfat prices is the amount of fat around, and so this is a fat percentages that just came out in the egg prices. We were on a very strong uptrend, and if we look at that, how that continued on, we actually broke that here in 2022, and we accelerated from there, and we came in very high on this November. Here are the egg prices. So here's our 439 fat. A year ago was 431. 2 years ago was 423. You can just see how that has really jumped up. DMC will not trigger an indemnity. A year ago, we might have triggered the 950, but only by about 2 cents. Protein prices came down 35 cents to $1.96, again off of that high of 392. And these look like they're going to jump up and then fall off a little bit with the cheese prices. Other solids have just been on a tremendous upward trend since back here in March. They came up 4 cents. You say, well, 4 cents isn't very much, but that's 10%. So that's just a significant increase in other solids. And if we just say 20-cent increase from May, basically that's 20 times 6. There's about 6 pounds of other solids and milk. So that's $1.20 on Class 3. So that is a significant price increase for Class 3. Class 4 has also been coming down off of its high of 22.29. It's at 20.71. It was 38 cents down. It's going to hang around 21 here for the next few months. So if we look out as to what Class 3 and Class 4 look like, Class 4 is clearly above Class 3. And this table over here gives you the spread between them. So for the year, it looks like Class 4 will be about $1.24 higher than Class 3. Now, as you know, that some brilliant people decided to go back to the higher of instead of the average plus 74 for the Class 1 mover. That looks like that's going to be a bad decision probably through August. Anytime this spread is less than $1.48, now how do I come up with that? It's 74 cents as the average, so multiply that by 2 to get a $1.48 spread. The higher of is going to be worse, and so again, through July at least, the higher of will not be a good idea. Now that we've got this data, we can look at how 2024 came in, and we were $1.83 above 2023. You know, most of the year we were talking $1.50 to $1.75, so that actually came in just a little bit better. And right now the futures are telling us that 2025 is only going to be about 4 cents better than 2024. And the other graph that I always like to put in is, you know, how is the federal orders going to change Class 3. So the orange or the old, that's the components calculated to Class 3. The yellow is the new, so it's significantly lower. The blue is the trade. And so the trade is accepting the old ones for a while, but they're saying by June we're going to be on the new ones. And so it's going to be interesting as to what that timing actually is. Right now, all of these have a discount to spot plus 40. This is kind of the holiday season. We had Christmas and then we had New Year's. We had the classic component numbers today, the dairy slaughter numbers, and then spot milk prices. Next week will be another holiday on Thursday, a day of mourning for Jimmy Carter. Then we actually have a week of no holidays and then another one on the 20th. So quite a few holidays here in this 5-week period. So I will try to get you a milk market tidbit for the dairy products report, which will be out next Monday.